If you are job hunting right now or you are thinking about switching jobs, roles, or even careers, this video is for you. The 2025 job search landscape has shifted. AI is no longer a background player, it's actively deciding who gets seen by the recruiters and which resumes go into the yes pile. If you are not adapting, you're getting filtered out, not by a human but by a bot. So in today's video, what I'm doing is I'm breaking down the 4 biggest job search traps that people are falling into this year and how you can specifically avoid them. Whether you are in India or you're based in US or any other part of the world, whether you are in tech or not, if you want real traction for your job search, this video is for you. So here's the reality. AI recruiters, yes, actual AI platforms are screening your application even before a human sees it. These tools scan for keywords, they scan for formatting, relevance, and even the tone. And they're fast. They can sort through 1,000 resumes in under 60 seconds, as opposed to a human recruiter who would look at a resume for about 5 to 10 seconds before deciding whether the resume should go into the yes pile or the no pile. What this means is that a great resume is not just enough, and a generic resume definitely won't cut it. And random, disorganized job search is a complete waste of time. And that's why you need a clear strategy to find the right job for you as opposed to treating it like a hustle. Let's start with trap 1. I'm going to walk you through the 4 traps. I'm going to talk about what you should do and how you can best leverage AI to be your friend and help you through your job search. And then we are going to wrap it up with a couple of best practices and a free giveaway that I have for you. Let's get started right now. So trap number 1, applying for everything. We've all done it. Panicking and applying to 50 roles a day just to feel productive. But here's the truth, the spray and pray method does not work, and it actually gets flagged by the AI recruiters as a low fit or spammy. AI systems are designed to look for alignment of skills, alignment of keywords, experience level. If your application is just too generic and does not match the job description closely, it's filtered out before a human sees it. So if you think that applying for multiple job positions in a specific company is going to help you land that first recruiter interview because you're practically tapping into every possible job requisition, that is not going to fly. You have to be very careful about how you apply for a position, and that's why I'm going to talk about how to fix it. Target the roles that are a fit for you, not just the ones that you think you can do. Use the exact language from the job description in your resume and customize the cover letters and the resumes for that specific role. So here's the magic formula. You have to focus on high match and high intent. That's what is going to help you get past the AI recruiters to the real interviews. The second trap that I want to talk about is relying just on online job boards. In the past few years, people had become so dependent on LinkedIn to find their jobs in the US that they really just looked at the postings on LinkedIn and applied to those. And if they didn't see an open requisition, they would not go ahead and search for other job boards or reach out to their network to see if they had anything open. But the reality is that in 2023, 24, and 25, specifically in 2025, we have seen so many fake job postings on LinkedIn. It's very easy to identify those job postings. Now they have become actually a little bit smarter, but there's so many fake job postings that are there on LinkedIn that waste your time and make you feel demotivated when you don't get a call because you thought you were a great fit for that role. But the reality is that that job posting wasn't even real. So what do? Job boards are crowded. Most people apply through them. But did you know that AI recruiters also mass flag applicants if they're coming from the same portal with minimal customization? And what's even worse is that some of the best roles never hit the job boards. They get filled through internal referrals or networks or are shared in private forums. So here's what works. Build relationships with hiring managers and recruiters, but move past LinkedIn. I've seen so many referral requests on Blind, which is an anonymous professional community of techies and even non tech people for that matter. But basically, you have to expand beyond LinkedIn. There are various groups, like there is a woman in product group that's available on Facebook where I've seen referral requests. So you have to build relationships not just with the hiring managers and recruiters on LinkedIn, but beyond those forums as well. You can attend industry events or online meetups to tap into hidden job markets. And then, one another thing I want to recommend is going the old fashioned way. Follow the companies directly and engage with their content before you apply. Go to their websites and see what career opportunities are open. Some organizations still don't use LinkedIn as the primary source of recruitment. So that's how you have to start thinking about it. AI is powerful, but real relationships are always going to win when it comes to being remembered, being referred for job positions. So keep that in mind. The next trap that I want to talk about, and I've seen this play out in so many different ways, is that you start ignoring your personal brand when you're looking for a job opportunity. In 2025, recruiters, not just human recruiters, but also AI recruiters, are not just scanning your resumes. They're looking at your LinkedIn profile, they're looking at your GitHub profile, your public footprint. AI tools now screen candidates based on their online presence. Do you show thought leadership? Do you demonstrate credibility in your field? Do you align with the company culture? What kind of experience do you have? Are you multifaceted? How do you interact with your professional network? All that is scanned by AI recruiters these days. And you want to be sure that the AI recruiters and the human recruiters like your social footprint and select you for a conversation. And here is what you can do to make that happen. Optimize your LinkedIn profile, optimize your headline, your about section with the same keywords you use in your resume. And these are the keywords that are important, immaterial of the role that you are selecting. So, for example, if you're a transformation leader, show that, use that phrase in your resume as well as on your LinkedIn profile and in your headline. Post comments, write articles, stay visible in your domain. Create a basic portfolio site if you are somebody who wants to showcase your projects or your wins. You don't have to be loud, you have to be just intentional. AI is paying attention, your recruiters are paying attention, even if you think that nobody is watching. So, what I'm asking you to do it is invest in your personal brand. If you haven't invested in your personal brand up until now, this is the time to get started. But here is the thing, don't stop when you get busy with interviews, when you get busy with a new job. Be consistent and continue to build your personal brand because it comes in handy every single time. For me, in my case, every time I've found a new job, I've found it through LinkedIn, through my personal brand. Every time I've found a new consulting work when I was in between jobs, I recently took a sabbatical to focus on some things that were more important to me than work. And I got so much traction through the personal brand that I had built and my thought leadership work that I've done on Forbes, on LinkedIn, and other places. So remember that when you're building your personal brand, the goal is to share your knowledge with others. It's not about bragging about yourself. So if you have that hesitation that you are being loud, please put that aside. Professionals like you and me go to public forums, go to these public websites to learn from each other. And as long as we are doing that, we are all good. The next trap that I want to talk about is accepting an offer too quickly. And you might say, wait a minute, Rashim, we were just talking about how to build your personal brand, how to reach out to the recruiters. How did we get to the offer level? And this is exactly what I'm going to talk about. These days, getting offers can be exciting, but it's a competitive market. And the risk is that there are AI generated offers that are out there that are scams. You do not want to be caught in that scam. I've seen so many people get so excited when they receive an email that says, your resume was a perfect fit. We would like to move you to the offer stage directly. Here are the details that we need from you. And in that rush, in that excitement, because job market is tough, everybody is looking for a job. People have been out of the job for 2 years, 3 years now, and it's getting to them. And these scammers tap into that and take your private information and use it to scam you. And you want to stay away from that. So that is one piece to accept, not accepting the offer very quickly. I've seen this happen a lot with folks who are looking for internship, people who were looking for their first job, people who were in between visas and needed a job as quickly as possible to be able to stay in the US. And their identity was stolen, their social security numbers were stolen. And that is what you want to be extremely, extremely careful about. If it looks too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. So if you haven't been through 4, 5, 6 rounds of interviews, if people have just looked at your resume and they're ready to offer you a job, there's something wrong. You need to take a pause and you need to investigate, because the last thing that you want to do is to make a mistake when you're most vulnerable. When people don't have jobs, they're most vulnerable. And that's when they tend to make mistakes. And those mistakes can cost you a lot. So here is what I would recommend. Research the company. If you see a job listing that doesn't have enough details or doesn't have a recruiter that's tagged to it on LinkedIn, or you see a listing on a website that doesn't seem very professional, do some research before you put in your resume or apply for that job. If you receive an email from somebody that says that your resume was so good and your experience was so good that they don't even feel the need to interview you and they are straight away offering you a job, I can tell you 100% that's a scam. Do not share any information with them. Do not share any response to any email that does not come from a proper company domain. Do your research beforehand. I've seen this happen and play out in so many different ways. I know a lot of people in my network that have got scammed like this. So I want you to be extremely, extremely careful. If somebody text messages you and asks you for your details because they're working on an offer for you, step back and ask them to send you an email from their company domain. Now, another way you can get scammed is, and I've seen this happen as well, there would be a person who would reach out to you posing from a executive recruiting company or firm, and they will tell you that they have a CEO opportunity or a C level or a VP level opportunity available for you. The only thing is that the resume they have on file for you is not ATS friendly, and they will ask you to go to a specific website and pay extra dollars to basically get a resume in a format that they need to process your application for that C level role. And it's a scam. Basically, what they are doing is they're getting you to that website, getting your credit card information, and having you to pay for a service that doesn't lead anywhere. So be aware. I at least know of 5 people in my network who were scammed like this. And because you're so excited, because that role seems like in complete alignment with what you need, you sign up for that. And ultimately, what you're thinking is, hey, it's just an ATS friendly resume. If this doesn't work out, I can still use it. That's not the point. The point is that all your information is being taken, your credit card information also goes along with that. Plus, you're paying for a service that you didn't even need, and there's no job in the background. These recruiting companies are fake recruiting companies. So that's what you need to be careful about. That's the trap that you don't want to fall into. So here's how you can thrive in 2025, where the job market is run by algorithms. Speak AI's language, use relevant keywords, structure, and tone. Be human consistently. Build your brand, build your network, not just your resume. You have to stay sharp, keep learning. AI is evolving, and so should you. Invest in yourself. Be sharp and avoid the scammers. Be very vigilant in these days in terms of how much of information you are sharing and with whom. And then be intentional. The right role exists for you. The key thing to remember over here is that while AI is part of a process now, the reality is that you can still be in control. If you're strategic and you're proactive, you'll stand out to both humans and machines. I would love to hear from you. How has your experience been with the 2025 job market, the AI recruiters, and some possible scammers as well? How are you adapting your job search to 2025? If this video was helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who is on the job hunt right now. And yes, I do have a free giveaway for you. I have created a job search trap proof checklist that you can use every time you apply for a job, or even weekly or monthly, to see how your job search is going and how you can be in the forefront of your job search. I'm adding the link in the description below. You can go and download this checklist for yourself. Share it with your friends, share it with your family. It's freely available to everybody. I want to make sure that you are successful in your job search and you do not fall in the 4 traps that I mentioned in today's video. There are also some suggestions on how to use ChatGPT to basically align your resume with the job requisitions. I hope you find this useful. I'll see you next week with yet another video. Till then, have a successful week. Bye bye.